racial injustice had been sort of born with the United States. The Civil War accomplished some things, freeing the slaves, making black men citizens, and allowing black men to vote. But those rights, except for the emancipation, those rights were taken back and nullified by the southern states. I think 1965 was definitely a kind of a high point in the civil rights movement, in that you had these very visually powerful confrontations between authorities and civil rights workers.
When voting rights became a critical part of the package, if you will, of civil rights legislation that African Americans and others in America are saying need to be guaranteed. A large contingent of people decided they were going to march from Selma, Alabama to Montgomery. And they were going to show in a peaceful protest that they want to exercise their right to vote. Of course, it ended up in what's called Bloody Sunday.
The image of Selma, watching the violence, the people who were killed, the people who were beaten to within an inch of their lives, that spoke to a voice that some Americans had suppressed, some Americans had denied. You didn't have to be in the movement to believe in civil rights, but those pictures you couldn't turn off.
Part of the strategy of the civil rights movement is to get the media's attention, right? Let's let them televise into the living rooms of Americans everywhere in the country what's going on here.
Broadcast media, it's a real game changer in terms of taking a national movement and giving it international import in a way that it would not have if it were just covered through print.
I think a lot of Americans found it embarrassing that people overseas could see this.
Without the immediacy of the images conveyed by television, it would have taken decades more for the goals of the civil rights movement to be realized.
So you had the President of the United States shortly after helping to pass the Voting Rights Act.
It's one of the great triumphs of contemporary democracy.